Greetings, you misplaced listeners. It's Woke Radio, AM 666. Your official provider of truth, chaos, and whatever else we felt like throwing into the airwaves today. Grab a chair, if you dare.
Let's dive into the headlines. First up, City Hall has officially declared that all pigeons must now wear tiny vests during daylight hours. Officials say it's for their safety. Citizens say, wait, what? Experts say it's a bird apocalypse waiting to happen. They call it a bird collapse.
Keep your umbrella handy so you can avoid the dive crapping.
In national news, the annual Politicians Tell the Truth Day has been postponed indefinitely, citing extreme risk to public sanity. Government spokespeople assure us that, yes, lying is safer for all involved. Studies suggest the average citizen now processes honesty at a rate of 0% per week. Truly groundbreaking.
And now, your weather, reported by our exclusive team of cats wearing tiny raincoats. Today, expect showers of confusion with intermittent bursts of existential dread. Temperatures will hover around mildly annoyed, with wind gusts up to someone stole my parking spot. Perfect day to stay indoors and question your life choices.
But wait, not all is doom and gloom. Ahead won the story now from the suburbs. Mrs. Jenkins' local baker reports her heart caught on fire while feeding the neighborhood cats. Literally. Don't worry, she's fine. Doctors say a steady diet of whipped cream and spike burns off the flames. Neighbors are inspired, friends are crying, and the fire department is confused, but entertained.
Back to headlines. A recent poll suggests that 99% of people feel slightly more terrified when hearing the phrase free trial of adulthood. Analysts warn that remaining 1% are likely robots or overly optimistic toddlers. We cannot confirm either. Entertainment news. The world's first intergalactic reality show, Keeping Up with the Martians, premieres tonight. Reports indicate the aliens are offended by the Earthlings' fashion sense. Specifically socks with sandals. Viewers are encouraged to tune in and judge them fairly or unfairly as your chaos-loving heart demands.
And finally, a reminder. Here at Woke Radio AM 666, we bring you the news you didn't want, the weather you can't control, and stories that will make your eyebrows combust in slow motion. Because why settle for normal when you can have extraordinary or terrifying? Sometimes both.
You asked for chaos. We deliver. Welcome to Woke Radio, AM 666.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, look at that. It looks like I need to adjust that a little bit more. The sun's coming up, so it's interfering with my green screen adjustments a little bit. Here, let me fix that. Let's see, which one was it? Right here? Here, I'll do this one right here. And whoa, now I'm starting to disappear. Uh-oh. Here, I have to do it like this. See, I got like my own home broadcast studio and I'm using OBS. So, let me look at it. Oh boy, here, I'll go like this. No, that ain't gonna do. You know what? Hang on a second. The sun is starting to shine through my window. That's what's fouling everything up. In the meantime, listen to this next um thing thing that I made. It is, oh yeah, let me pan this camera over just a hair. Kicked it with my foot. All right. Um eh, all right. Yeah, this next thing, it's a little ditty I wrote about woke radio AM 66 explainer. Now you guys listen to this here thing, and I will close the blinds on my window and get my green screen readjusted to the proper green screenery. Okay, here we go. Listen up, you guys. It's important.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Woke Radio AM 666. Now, some folks see the numbers, they hear 666, and they tremble. They whisper of devils, of spirits, of gods. But let me be clear, not here, not us, not today. We do not bow to gods. We do not chase spirits. We do not worship myth. Know the reason for our name. The reason for our fire is simple. We are giving the evangelicals what they already fear. We hold up a mirror and watch them squirm. And let's talk about the number itself, 666. Because in this world, belief wears two faces. There are those with 666 burned into their forehead. They believe MAGA with heart, with mind, with every fiber of their being. Their devotion is true, unwavering, real. And then there are those with 666 burned into their hand. They give the appearance of belief, but it's a show, a performance, a ticket to profit, power, prestige, paramount. They're all hand believers. Outward show, inward calculation. Here at Woke Radio AM 666, that is exactly what we expose. We point to the theater, the shadow, the masquerade, and we laugh. close, for the vision is before us. There he stands, the man who claims to restore greatness. Trump, the self-appointed savior, the antichrist of spectacle. He clears out peaceful souls from the streets. Force over reason, intimidation over justice. And there it is, a boarded up church, silent, shuttered, a hollow monument to what once was. And in his hand an upside down Bible, flipped, twisted for all to see, a symbol of mockery, a message. The streets, the people, the institutions, all rearranged for imagery's sake. The spectacle over substance, the performance over truth. And you know, it's ridiculous, it's laughable, and yet we must watch, for this is revelation in modern clothes, a tableau of power, fear, and theatrical chaos. Trump the Antichrist, the beast, the upside down prophet, playing his part in the theater, while the real world burns beneath him. Here at Woke Radio M666, we see it, we mock it, we illuminate the absurdity, and in the laughter, we find our clarity. And that so-called Lucifer in our slogans, he is not a being from beyond. He is the morning light. He is knowledge. He is wisdom. He is truth. And our motto, don't blame us. We're just giving you what you want. We challenge fear with insight. We mock superstition with facts. We illuminate. And in the shadows of their dread, we reveal the difference between forehead and hand, between truth and performance, between the awake and the asleep. So tune in, listen close, and remember, here at Woke Radio AM 666, the only apocalypse we herald is the fall of ignorance.
All right, guys, that's what this radio station or Bach radio station is about. So you know what? I have made all of my playlists, my digital apostate playlist. I made it to be private. And the reason why, here, let me switch my little doohickey thing right there. All right, the reason why I made it private is because I've started to put all my songs on all these different services. Like there's a thing called Ditto where I can upload my songs and it automatically loads them all onto like YouTube and Spotify and this and that and the other thing, like 150 different things. So that's what I'm doing. I'm uploading them. I uploaded two. and I'm going to be doing like maybe one every 3 or 4 days from now on, and I'll be sharing that link as soon as they start going live. The first two will start going live in about 8 days, like about I think Wednesday. But in the meantime, this is my private playlist now. In the meantime, I can still play two songs that is what will be on the show, and or I mean be on call it on the distribution network, I'll say like that. Okay. Now, some of my tunes have explicit language and junk, so be forewarned about that. All right. So from now on, if you hear something explicit, you have a fair warning at this point in time. All right. The first one we'll listen to is called Friday, Friday, Do or Die Day. Hey, it's hump day, yo. It's like halfway home.
Friday, Friday, do or die day. Gotta get it done and earn our pay. Slice of the American pie we take. Master craftsmen, America we make. Monday morning, rise with the sun. Hands to the tools, the work's begun. Every nail and beam, our working totality. We build our world, we build reality. Tuesday, Blues Day, the week's still new. The work's piled up, got a lot to do. Hump day, taking our long stay, only a couple more to go. We keep on smiling, stacking and piling, 'cause we're in the know. We keep on working while bosses are lurking. That don't bother me. I'm too busy to notice them. They pass by, and I don't see. We gotta keep humping, keep on pumping. Our work is fine, it's known. We pay attention to what we're doing. Master craftsmen to the bone. Gang boss say, hey, what you got? Strength, sweat, blood, and grit, our time and devotion. That's it. Thursday, Thursday, the week's almost done. In a couple of days, it's rest and fun. Friday, Friday, do or die day. Payday here, but the thrill fades away. The end of the month, the bills come due. Oh no, to pay the piper, you feel like you're screwed. Look at the numbers and what's in the bank. Look to the sky and shout, my credit's cake. Friday, Monday, hump day. Hands still moving while my heart still beats. Chasing a slice of American pie. Gotta get it done till the day we die. Friday, Friday, do or die day. Friday, Friday, do or die day.
Hell yeah. Let's try to do or die day. Okay, now this next tune we're going to be listening to is called Mr. Big Shot. Excuse me. Calling the shots. This is tribal, or I shall say, psycho tribal hip hop protest anthem. Okay, here we go.
Mr. Big Shot. Who do you think we are? Mr. Big Shot. Your lies won't get you far. Misconception. Did you think this life was sweet? Misconception. This will knock you off your feet. We ain't your fool. We ain't no tool. You better tell the truth. That's right. Because we rule. Or it's a fight. We're not here to hear a lie. We're adults, so we won't cry. Lay it on the line, no sugarcoat. The politicians rest easy without cutting their throat. Tired, I tell you, sick and tired. The ways are done, we've been inspired. Tired, I tell you, sick and tired. Tired, I tell you, sick and tired. Lies and promises to get elected. They would say anything to be selected. Then it's an attitude cause they are feckless, looking down on voters and acting reckless. Tired, I tell you, sick and tired. No more lies. Our rage is fired. Tired, I tell you, sick and tired. Tired, I tell you, sick and tired. Sick and tired of Mr. Big Shot calling the shots. Tired, I tell you, sick and tired. They're so damn smart. Why's the world in ruins? They're not smart. It's the Grease doings. We ain't your fool. We ain't no tool. You better tell the truth. That's right. Because we rule. Or it's a fight. We're not here to hear a lie. We're adults, so we won't cry. Lay it on the line. No sugarcoat. The politicians rest easy without cutting their throat. Tired. I tell you, sick and tired. The old ways are done. We've been inspired. Tired. I tell you, sick and tired. Tired. I tell you, sick and tired. They make them make a law that you won't like. Treat you like a kid on a trike. Call it sugar when it's a bitter pill. They take from you to get their fill. We ain't your fool. We ain't no tool. You better tell the truth. That's right. Because we rule. Or it's a fight. Tired. I tell you, sick and tired. The old ways are done. We've been inspired. Tired. I tell you, sick and tired. Tired. I tell you, sick and tired.
Well, yeah, folks, I'm freaking sick and tired, ain't you? Sick and tired of all this bullshit that we've been having to put up with. Damn. But they, we're Americans, so people think that we Americans, born of blood, grit, and steel, sweat, I think we are going to put up with anybody trying to play us, take us for fools and all. I don't think so, yo. So, hey, here's a song. This is one of the other songs that is going to be, it's the second song that'll be out on my new format distribution thingy. I'll explain it better once I can explain it better. But anyway, the link for it will show up whenever things go live. But this tune that will be on it, the second one, is called Republican Party Babylon the Whore. So this is the way it goes. I hope you like it. I wrote it. All these songs I wrote, and that's my little band up there, digital post tape. It's my imaginary AI band. So here we go.
You invoke his name like a holy relic. Act like you mean it. All idyllic. But your altar drips with the blood of the poor. Republican Party, Babylon the whore. Lincoln broke chains.
You forge them anew.
Lincoln won a tyranny.
His work you undo.
You think you fool us?
You name drop Lincoln.
Now we know it's BS.
Your words are stinking.
Party of Lincoln.
Give me a break.
You turned your backs.
Now you're fakes.
Lincoln, my butt.
You're the party of Davis.
Sold your soul to Mammon.
Try to enslave us.
The party of lynch mobs.
A party of hate.
When they die, they walk through Hell's Gate. The party that starves children.
Deaf to their moans.
Only caring about power.
They fatten billionaires on the bones.
Lincoln broke chains.
You forge them anew.
Lincoln won a tyranny.
His work you undo.
You think you fool us?
You name drop Lincoln.
Now we know it's BS.
Your words are stinking.
Party of Lincoln.
Don't you even dare.
You desecrate his grave.
Confederate statues everywhere.
Lincoln built bridges in a nation torn apart.
Deep inside you cared not even from the start.
Fuck you, liars!
You are not the party of Lincoln.
Fuck you, liars!
Everything you say is stinking.
The party of lies.
Party of cruelty.
The party of cowardice.
And we all see.
The party of genocide at home and abroad. Your days are numbered.
You're nothing but a fraud.
Keep your slogans.
Keep your flag.
Your rotted myths.
Don't wanna hear you brag.
The truth burns hotter than your lies when the people wake.
Your party dies.
They call themselves the party of Lincoln. Hear this truth and let it sink in. Freedom was a side effect of the war, not the goal.
Republican Babylon the whore.
They waged a war to save the nation, not to raise the enslaved from subjugation, emancipation.
Yes.
But the chessboard shifted.
And promises less.
Millions free
But just a side effect.
behind closed doors.
No respect.
Lincoln could keep the nation.
Let slavery stay.
Only party power mattered anyway. Lincoln broke chains.
You forge them anew.
Lincoln won a tyranny.
His work you undo.
You think you fool us?
You name drop Lincoln.
Now we know it's BS.
Your words Let's get together, talk, and have a beer.
How do you like that song? I like it just fine. Hey, I'm looking at these headlines, and I think it's Vladimir Putin, that guy shooting all those drones at people. What the fuck, man? Here, let me undo my color key for a little bit here. I got my color key going because I'm having fun with it. But this is on The Economist. Okay, see here, they shot a whole bunch of drones, and apparently Poland was shooting down their drones. 19, look at there, reached Poland's airspace. What's up? What's up with that? I'm telling you, Putin sucks. Better stop that shit, because you know that ain't gonna fly. I'm telling you. Being real dicks. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I put it like in layman's terms and stuff. All right, because like I don't know. I've got a pretty good vocabulary and stuff. I do a whole lot better when I'm writing and everything. But I'm a s- I'm a Southern boy, raised down in the backwaters of North Florida. What the hell? Nepalese army moves to restore order. Oh yeah, I heard about that, dude. They were like burning. Look, 19 killed. Oh man, they were burning stuff. You ought to look that up and read about it. And here, look here. Israel attacked Hamas in Qatar. Israel thinks they can do whatever the F they want to anywhere in the effing world. And you know what? I think it sucks. Who does Israel think they are, anyhow? Peter Pan, Captain Hook, whatever. I don't know. But they need to quit that stuff. I'm turning back on my cropping and my color key ink. Yeah, it's fun. We get to play with this damn sons of bitches. I tell you what, Israel, they suck. I'm not talking about the people of Israel. I'm talking about the government of Israel. They stink. They think their shit don't stink because, like, God gave them Israel 5,000 years ago or something. Well, how did they do that? Genocide? Says right there in the Bible, go in there and wipe out every man, woman, child, beast, blah, blah, blah. But don't give me no high mind bullshit talk about like, oh, we're better. We're God's chosen people. If you don't like it, like you're like a enemy of God, and you'll be going to hell and burning and blah 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 blah. You know? Hey, homie, don't play that. And here, I got a song. Well, which song will I play next? I'll play a song that is on the theme. Oh, here. This perfect one. It's called The Pit of Hate, Trump, MAGA, and a Means to an End. You gotta listen to this shit, man, because I want you to take it as serious as it is.
Trump is a bone spur coward. He's not worthy of kissing the boots of a raw recruit.
Hell no.
Where I'm from in North Florida, we'd call him alligator mouth, hummingbird ass. Talks tough until a real tough guy shows up.
That's right.
Then it's, please, sir, I was only kidding. Remember Alaska? Trump rolled out the red carpet for a murderer.
Dirty
Putin's bootlicker.
punk ass bitch.
Worse than Benedict Arnold, at least Arnold served. Worse than Chamberlain.
Yeah.
At least Neville believed.
Trump's just like the rich kids who bought their way out of the Civil War draft.
Ain't that the fact?
President Donald Trump is a coward. And by the way, my dad is a hell of a lot better man than Don Jr.'s dad.
That's right.
That raw recruit is a better man than Trump will ever be. The pit of my hate is deep, dark, and endless. Trump dug it with every word, every deed. And yet, this burning pit of hate is temporary. It will be filled with righteous anger and justice. If justice cannot be found, then other means will rise. Means they cannot buy, bully, or bomb away. A means so terrible, so overwhelming, that it will force the powerful to their knees.
The nation.
Not the people. The corrupt, the liars, the warmongers, and the cowards who infect our nation. They will tremble. They will point fingers. They will start violence. Not us. Then they will face the weight of truth and justice. Every empire built on greed and fear will fall. And when they fall, they will not rise again without reckoning. They caused the pit of my hate for Trump and the radical MAGA cult to grow deeper every day. The pit is a warning. The pit is a promise. The pit will not last. The pit will either be filled or it will consume us. We are the new Rome. Rome fell into a pit of their own making. The anger of the oppressed forced them into the eternal pit, the pit of oblivion. We can learn or fall into our pit of hate. The pit MAGA dug, and we help with our complacency. The pit is growing deeper every day, unless we stop digging it.
That's right, pit of hate. That's what they're digging. They're digging their own pit of hate. They even have fights in their meetings and stuff. I heard about that yesterday. What's that guy's name? Anyway, they were like threatening. He's like, "I'll kick your fucking ass," and stuff like that. Use my French, but that is a quote what he said to some other guy in one of their cabinet meetings. Pure chaos, like we all knew was going to happen. Everybody knew that's what was going to happen. Anyway, and that kind of relates to this next one that we're going to be playing. It's called Rome Reloaded. It is something that that I made shortly after the death of Pope. So listen to it and check it out. Listen carefully. This ain't no bullshit, you guys. I'm telling you, man, we're just talking the truth over here. You know, unvarnished truth. Man, I don't want to bullshit nobody. All right, because you start bullshitting people, they'll come back to bite you right in the butt, like it's biting Trump right in the butt. All right, here we go. Rome Reloaded.
I was thinking about the Pope's death. I'm not a theist, but I always thought he was an okay guy. Still, I couldn't help but see the robe, the ring, the ritual. The empire whispering through marble walls. Rome never fell. It put on new robes. First they marched with blades, steel and flame, bow to the god emperor, or live in shame. Then they switched the sword for a staff and a psalm, wrapped the cross in gold and called it calm. Now the empire don't bleed, but it still controls. It sits on a throne while it prays for souls. Latin chants in cathedral halls, mystic lines carved on Vatican walls. Ignorance saw ink like a divine decree, a scroll of power, not something they could read. Talismans scribbled with holy spells, words turned into a living hell. Believe me, that's what the emperor said. EO on a scroll, magic mess with your head. From Saul to Paul and throne to pew, they flipped the script and rewrote you. Bow to the cross, kiss the ring, confess your sins, give up everything. Rome rebranded, the spell expanded, now we're ruled by the lies we're handed. Saul was a bounty hunter, tracking them down, grabbed up his brothers to the temple, bring them around. Said he saw Christ in a flash of light. Next thing you know, he's leading the fight. From killer to prophet with no receipt, wrote half the book and preached in the street. Said, call me Paul, and they all obeyed, cause nobody wanted him to put him in the grave. Took the Jesus mode, flipped the code, Roman ties with the gospel load. He saw control in a virgin birth, a myth to unite the whole damn earth. The church preached red Latin and stayed blind. The ignorant nodded, said that's fine. They turned writing into sacred fire, used it to chain, not to inspire. Buildings like temples, obelisks rise, eagles, stars, and pyramid eyes. Washington's layout, Rome's echo exact, control in marble, power intact. Believe me, that's what the emperor said. Now it's Trump our dread with cults instead. Rallies and chants, a flag and a cross, praying for empire while democracy rots. Fake news, witch hunt, I alone. Echoes of Caesar sitting on thrones. Rome reloaded, the software's tight. Same control, just dressed in light. And now the question burns like a brand. What refinement comes from the empire's hand? Because no matter how true a thought can be, it can still be twisted like prophecy. The experiment continues, but so does resistance. Digital apostate, signing off for now. Continues, but so does resistance. Digital apostate, signing off for now. I heard the dog barking late at night.
There's a fun little tune.
To see the sight, I looked out the window and got a fright. There was a hippie dancing circles tight. The hippie danced around, knocked my yard gnome to the ground. Underneath there was something I found, the key to a place over by the sound. I looked at window pane, little square of paper goes to the brain. Mr. Natural was his name. He went down in hippie fame. The sound of laughter, the sound of fun, the noise of people eating a bun, hopping around while the mind goes away. Even saw a couple rolling in the hay. Rolling in the hay, I asked, they didn't say, are you gonna do that all day? Without a word they nodded to say, we rolling in the hay all day. I looked at window pane, little square of paper goes to the brain. Mr. Natural was his name. He went down in hippie fame. Over by the fountain of soda pop, A pig was happy eating slop. I walked over to look at big fat pig. Pig said, join in slop, I can dig. I stuffed my face with lots of slop. I stuffed so much I thought my face would pop. Then the pig looked at me and said, keep eating like that and soon you'll be dead. I looked at window pane. Little square of paper goes to the brain. Mr. Natural was his name. He went down in hippie fame. Put down my straw, put down my spoon. Made my way to Soda Pop Lagoon. I slurped it up, had to have a drink. That pig slop I ate really stank. As I strolled past the soda tide, a frog in a tux came for a ride. He jumped on a lily with a cane in hand, said, welcome friend to Fizzy Land. I looked at window pane. Little square of paper goes to the brain. Mr. Natural was his name. He went down in hippie fame. He burped a tune, then gave a bow. You're part of the story, baby, and how? I asked him quick, what do you mean? He winked and vanished in whipping cream. A cotton candy cloud rolled by with plaid flamingos baking pie. They offered me a slice or two, then rode away in pink canoe.
What? Hey, for some reason it stopped. I do not know why it is. I will refresh it.
Window pane, little square of paper goes to the brain. Mr. Natural was his name.
I don't know.
He went down in hippie fame. He burped a tune, then gave a bow. You're part of the story, baby, and how? I asked him quick, what do you mean? He winked and vanished in whipping cream. A cotton candy cloud rolled by with plaid flamingos baking pie. They offered me a slice or two, then rode away in pink canoe. Mr. Natural was his name. He went down in hippie fame. I saw a snail in a golden shell, telling riddles, casting spells. He said the door you're looking for is underneath the apple core. I dug around old apple tree. What I found astonished me. A stairway made of jelly beans. It led to the in-between. I looked at window pane. Little square of paper goes to the brain. Mr. Natural was his name. He went down in hippie fame. Mr. Natural was his name. Went down in hippie fame. Little square of paper to the brain. Mr. Natural make you insane. Took a step and then I tripped into a world banana flipped. The sky was pink, the trees were cake. A marshmallow moon sat on a lake. I saw that hippie once again. said you passed the dancing test. Now welcome to the land of yes.
Hey, how you like that one? That's Mr. Natural. He make you go insane. Where's my thing? They make you go insane, man. He's Mr. Natural. All right, let's see which one we want to play next on our show here. It is where's my thing at again? Where is my damn doohickey? There it is. On our show here, Woke Radio AM 666 on your internet dial. We give you the truth as we see it to be, which is usually a hell of a lot more truthful than whatever those guys is telling you. Like with Mr. Alligator Mouth Hummingbird ass Trump. You know how that sucker is, man. He talks a game, doesn't he? Like right before that meeting with Putin and everything, I was talking shit. Yeah, so I wrote a song about hummingbird asses. Alligator mouth is. Here you go. Yeah.
Alligator mouth, hummingbird ass. Alpha boy thinks he gonna get a pass. Barking like a dog, running his mouth. I dare him to do that way down south.
Please, sir, I was only kidding.
Alpha boy with a hummingbird ass says, he said, when he don't get a pass, an alligator mouth, the teeth all yank. Alpha boy in trouble, he gonna get spanked. Alpha boy talking like a tough guy, struts like a rooster, but it's a lie. Mouth road checks that his soul can't cash. Now he's crying for more with his hummingbird ass. Alligator mouth with no bite left, just gum slapping that stinky breath. He says trying to backtrack. Men don't forget, don't cut slack. Keep it real, not like a poser. Nothing to prove, you're not a loser. Puffed up ego with words that offend. Alligator mouth might be your life's end. Down in the backwater, don't play. Mouth off run, you don't have a bad day. Talk that crap, you might not come back. People don't like it when you talk that smack. Alligator mouth, hummingbird ass. Alpha boy thinks he gonna get a pass. Walking like a dog, running his mouth. I dare him to do that way down south.
Please, sir, I was only kidding.
Alpha boy with a hummingbird ass says, please sir, when he don't get a pass, an alligator mouth, the teeth all yank. Alpha boy in trouble, he gonna get spanked. Alpha boy talking like a badass, struts like a rooster, still don't get a pass. Mouth road checks that his soul can't cash. Now he's run out of town with his hummingbird ass. Alligator mouth with no bite left, just gum slapping and stinky breath. Please sir, he says trying to backtrack. Men don't forget and don't cut slack. Keep it real, not like a poser. Nothing to prove, don't be a loser. Puffed up ego with words that offend. Alligator mouth might be your life's end.
There you go, Alligator Mouth Hummingbird. Did I play that song twice? I forgot. Anyway, because I'm an old man. Now, I'll tell you what about me. I'm an old, retired dude. I had like neck cancer. At first, I had hepatitis C, which knocked me out of work, getting all that treatment and everything. And then I got well, and I was getting ready to go back to work. Bam, neck cancer. radiation chemotherapy that wiped me out. So I became like a disabled old guy on disability. So now I'm 68-year-old guy on regular social. So here I is with lots of time on my hands. So this is what I'm doing. I hate that guy, Trump, Trumpism, and all that. I'm a leftist, big time, and I don't freaking play. All right, I'm an old man for a reason. You have to watch out about old people because they're not old for like just any old reason. They're survivors. Dig what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is try to learn. I got this song here I wrote about that. It's called Old Survivor. You might be an old survivor, or one day you may be an old survivor. But the trick is getting there. Dig what I'm saying? Here, we listen to this song called Old Survivor while I pack me up a bowl of my favorite herb. Oh, yeah, I'll show you my favorite herb. See right here? This is my own homegrown herb. It just got dried out enough for me to smoke this one, so I've got a couple grams out of my hanging up dried and shit to smoke. Anyway, now let's listen to this old survivor song while I pack me a bowl of weed.
Back then, I was young. Saw the news, old lady mugged in her wheelchair, dragged to the ground like she didn't matter. Something in me snapped. I told myself right then, that ain't gonna be me. And now I'm the old one. The chair's mine, the gray's mine. But I'm still here and I ain't helpless. You come for me, you better come correct. 'Cause I won't go out like that. I ain't old for no reason. I'm the wisdom born of a hard season. Every wrinkle's a badge, every scar's a verse. Lessons earned from fights, life's a universe. I've walked through storms where the weak lost the fight. Found light in the dark, turned pain into might. Silver hairs ain't a sign of surrender. They're the medals of a soul that's been a contender. I ain't old for no reason. I'm the echo of the past, still standing strong when others wouldn't last. Each memory's a flame that defies the cold. I've got stories worth more than silver and gold. I'm an old man sitting in a chair, sitting here without a care. Some fool may see me, wanna beat me, wanna try something to rip me. Be careful if you wanna try that. You may get shot when they pull out a gat. Some don't mess around because they are weak, so they hide a gun. Wanna take a peek? I saw it one day on a TV show. An old lady beat up by a hoe, helpless sitting in a chair. That hoe grabbed her by the hair. They grabbed her, stabbed her, left her laying on the floor. Rotten thief, damnable whore. With her money, they went out the door. That was the day I made up my mind. I won't let some hope put me to the grind. I may be old and I may be weak. I may have a gun. Wanna take a peek? I may look tired, maybe half dead, but I've still got fire in the silver head. You think I'm done? Think again, son. I was raised where survival ain't fun. I've seen hard times, I've seen the crack wars, watched good folks die behind locked doors. I've buried friends, I've buried foes, walked through hell still on my toes. So don't let the slippers fool you, kid. I've done things you never did. You might run your mouth, think you're slick, but one wrong move and I move quick.
right. I just want peace, but trouble finds the old like a hungry beast. So if you're thinking I'm an easy sneak, I may have a gun, wanna take a peek. I ain't old for no reason, boy, I earned these years. Fought through pain, through blood, through tears. Every wrinkle's a war, every scar got a name. Every limp is a lesson, not a sign of shame. I've outlived friends, buried a few foes. Dodged knife fists and crooked popos. So don't test me thinking I'm slow or mild. I was hard long before you were a child. Back in the day, I ran with the crew. When we threw hands, not bullets flew. But times changed and the streets got cold. Now it's lead and steel instead of bold. So I sit in this chair, but don't get it twisted. If death comes knocking, he's getting resisted. Don't think you'll catch me unaware. I didn't survive this long by breathing air. I made it through storms you couldn't survive. I'm still breathing, hell yeah, still here, still alive. Get it straight, I'm a lion in winter, still packing weight.
There you go. That's what it's about with old people. I don't know, like all old people. Hmm. Old people, maybe like me, who's been through hell and high water, homelessness, jail, fights, knives, guns, all that shit, you know. So just, and I ain't trying to like say I'm like more than anybody else or anything like that. It's just after 68 years, almost 7 decades of life, you go through a few experiences, get a few um, things under your belt. If you don't learn from them, you die from them. So that's what I got. Like, we'll play this here next song. It's called Rust and Rebar. And it's about some of my hardships, and you may have had hardships like this too, or even way worse hardships. I know there's lots of people out there that had way worse hardships than I ever had. So I had my experiences, other people had theirs. So this here is one from my life called Rust and Rebar. Whenever it was about like whenever I was a homeless person in San Diego and I got thrown in jail. San Diego jail, they took me to north side of San Diego to go to court. And man, it was crazy in that jail. The people were nuts in that freaking jail. People were like, look at him, he got bugs in his hair and stuff. They start fighting and everything. And then I had to walk all the way back to San Diego from north side. It was a long, long way. And on the way, I had a confrontation underneath the interstate the song goes into. So we'll go on ahead and I'll shut my mouth and we'll listen to a song called Rust and Rebar, digital apostate song. Hasn't been released on my thing, on my distribution thing. All right, here goes.
I came from the backwaters, Florida mud on my boots. Chased the West Coast dream, but the city had teeth. $23 and broke, $100 in my jeans, in a Greyhound bus, hit the coast with silver dreams. Found out real fast, money don't last, and life ain't as good as it seems. On the streets, cans in a bag, Looking for any work that can be had. Every step on them streets felt like a test to survive. I won't deceive you, son, it ain't no lie. Balboa night sleeping under the stars. The sound of the streets, the sound of cars. A royal bed, no roof, just the sky. Cops roll up, flashlight hit me in the eye. Said you got a warrant, inside I die. Rust and rebar, walk in the street. Made it through hell without being beat. Kool-Aid pots and padded cells. I seen more truth than these eyes can tell. Rust and rebar, fight or flight. Turn to face them with anger and might. They can't beat a man like me. They look for the weak, but I walk back strong. I never let them treat me wrong. Processing cell, old man claimed he's the prez. Guards stripped him down, padded walls for the meds. Jail bunk war zone. That's mine. He said, I said come claim it or walk off instead. Grimy hands in the Kool-Aid pot. I ain't sipping nothing, fingers pick snot. Next day court bus, we getting the ride. Bug boy snap, rage lit in his eye. Fist flew, guards came, dragged them fools out. Took them both down, we wanted to shout. Ride to the judge, north side of town, case dropped clean. No guilt, but I'm still down. Under I-8, dirt road all alone. Rebar on the ground, ready weapon I found. 20 miles of walking, minding my biz. Here come a car, I wonder who they is. Car crept up slow, had that feel in the air. Turned rebar in hand and mind a prayer. They saw the fire, there would be hell to pay. Cause real don't flinch and I didn't that day. I ain't just survived, I learned the deal. When you own your scars, they become your shield. Rust and rebar, walk in the street. Made it through hell without being beat. Kool-Aid pots and padded cells. I seen more truth than these eyes can tell. Rust and rebar, fight or flight. Turn to face them with anger and might. They can't beat a man like me. They look for the weak, but I walk back strong. I never let them treat me wrong. Rust and rebar, soul on fire. Raised by the struggle, baptized in fire. In jail through hell, fights and desire. I walk with the homeless that was plain. Rust and rebar, trouble and pain. I'm still walking cause I use my brain.
There you go. That's Rust and Rebar. That's one of my songs, my digital apostate songs about my life. And you know, there's hope in that too, because like if I can overcome diversity and everything, hopefully you can too. So, so we're gonna try to get through it together um, by using whatever means is at our disposal. Like, for one thing, national freaking strikes. Now, I'm going to go on ahead and talk about this. We got people talking about it like in Congress saying, we need to. I've seen a video. Here, let me see if I can find it. I look at my history, the videos that I was watching. They were talking about that we need to shut down Congress in order to stop the Republicans from doing all their bull crap. And I agree with that. But we need to go farther than that. See. We need to go farther with that. We need to go down to the economy with that. Because, I mean, look at all this bullshit that's going on and stuff. You know? They're talking about, this here was what I was talking about, the brawl that was in Congress. This is crazy. This is stupid. Miller, a screaming psychopath and stuff. This is just uncool like crazy. And we can't put it up with it anymore. So if they want to shut down the government, shut that sucker down. But we got to go a little farther, or maybe a lot farther than that, I'm telling you. We have to go so far as to maybe shut down the whole entire economy. Because, look, that's what's feeding the beast, the economy. Now, I'm going to like it if they want to go that route with the apocalypse and everything. Okay, the economy is the beast, right? And we feeding the beast every time we buy something, every time we go to work and turn a screw or type a letter or whatever. We're feeding that beast, putting more money into their pockets to where they can buy politicians on the right, go to Washington and screw us over. Okay? And then you got that pansy ass Mike Johnson and Speaker of the House, partisan hack, bro. I mean, come on. You don't want to have a partisan like that. Hey, dog, you better quit that whining, or else I'll have to come in there. My dog is whining. But anyway, I'll take care of him in a minute. But anyway, yeah. So we can't have this stuff anymore. We rule. Don't forget that labor rules. All right. I did a study using artificial intelligence. That study said that if 25% of the workforce went on strike and cut their spending by 75%, it would cause the economy to crash. The stock market would crash, the economy would crash, everything would crash, and all those money grub power mongers in the corporations, they would come back crawling on their hands and knees, begging labor to come back. So they say, oh, everybody gets what they put in to the system. But that ain't the way it is. That ain't how capitalism works. So here's a song about that. And while this song's playing, I'm going to go in there and see what the heck's up with my dog. All right, here goes.
The capitalist mantra. Everyone gets out what they put in. Ain't just a lie, it's an evil sin. A fairy tale for the privileged and a bludgeon for the rest of us.
If that lie were true, we'd be living in paradise, not a cage. The nurse would own the hospital, the janitor would be paid like a sage. The single mom working doubles wouldn't be drowning in debt, just trying to raise kids while rich men place bets. In truth, capitalism only works if most folks get less. That's not a flaw, it's the point. That's how you keep billionaires blessed. It's an engine fueled by theft,
A system of gain by pain.
where the poor eat dust,
While the rich sip champagne.
and don't give you what you want.
It's more than what you get.
They ain't built for all the broad.
They
don't give you what you want.
It takes more than what you get.
They ain't built for all the broad.
Just for a few to live.
Then you look to the so-called leaders, watch them squirm, mumble, flinch.
Say I strongly disagree.
When a senator's dragged by government grants, they hedge like dealers in a rigged casino.
Now's not the time, they say.
But when is the time to speak the truth, if not yesterday?
They fear being called radical more than they fear fascist. They're protecting comfort, not the people.
Actors in a pageant of ashes.
Capitalism looks at you and asks,
What can I extract from your life?
A just society asks,
What do you need to be whole?
there's your damn line in the sand. One system feeds, one devours.
The system don't break.
Working as built, exploit, extract, discard, no
You
guilt.
ain't poor, cause you're lazy.
You're poor cause someone's
They
rich.
sell that lie like gospel.
While the truth sleeps in a ditch.
And if you dare speak up,
They mock, they sneer, they hiss.
what do you want? Socialism. Damn right if the shoe fits.
You've seen the machine, you felt the gears grind your bones.
And you chose not to worship it.
That's powerful, that's dangerous.
And they know it. They don't give you what you want.
It takes more than what you get.
It ain't built for all to thrive.
Just for a few to live.
They don't give you what you want.
It takes more than what you get.
It ain't built for all to thrive.
Just for a few to live.
Don't give you what you earn.
It takes more than what you get.
It ain't built for all to thrive.
Just for a few to live.
The capitalist mantra. Everyone gets out what they put in. Ain't just a lie, it's an evil sin. A fairy tale for the privileged and a bludgeon for the rest of us.
If that lie were true, we'd be living in paradise, not a cage. The nurse would own the hospital, the janitor would be paid like a sage. The single mom working doubles wouldn't be drowning in debt, just trying to raise kids while rich men place bets. In truth,
Capitalism only works if most folks get less.
that's not a flaw, it's the point.
That's how you keep billionaires blessed.
It's an engine fueled by theft.
A system of gain by pain.
What a poor he does,
While the rich sip champagne.
and don't give you what you are.
It's more than what you get.
And built for all the poor. And don't give you what you are.
It takes more than what you get.
And built for all the poor.
Just for a few to live.
Then you look to the so-called leaders, watch them squirm, mumble, flinch.
Say I strongly disagree.
When a senator's dragged by government grants, they hedge like dealers in a rigged casino.
Now's not the time, they say.
But when is the time to speak the truth, if not yesterday?
They fear being called radical more than they fear fascist. They're protecting comfort, not the people.
Actors in a pageant of ashes.
Capitalism looks at you and asks,
What can I extract from your life?
a just society asks,
What do you need to be whole?
there's your damn line in the sand. One system feeds, one devours.
The system don't break.
Working as built, exploit, extract, discard, no
You
guilt.
ain't poor, cause you're lazy.
You're poor cause someone's
They
rich.
sell that lie like gospel.
While the truth sleeps in a ditch.
And if you dare speak up,
They mock, they sneer, they hiss.
what do you want? Socialism. Damn right if the shoe fits.
You've seen the machine, you felt the gears grind your bones.
And you chose not to worship it.
That's powerful, that's dangerous.
And they know it. They don't give you what you want.
It takes more than what you get.
Well, I've really been anyway, probably because I've been smoking weed. I've got to turn the sound on. Anyway, these guys have been thinking they've been fucking around and finding out. We're gonna fuck around and find out. Then I'll go back and revisit all the stuff I was saying here. So yeah, that's good for a little break anyhow. So here it is, the FAFO National Strike song. Oh, I will tell you something. I had to wait a little bit because my dogs were like really whining and moaning about that jabalina out there. So I had to like chase the jabalina away and everything. So I got a little distracted over here and forgot to turn my microphone back on. So I hope you guys forgive me. It gets kind of like hot down here in the depths of hell, and sometimes it causes me to blow a circuit in my brain. So anyway, here we go. FAFO National Strike Song.
We work our fingers to the bone. They sit high up on their throne. Paycheck dollar shrink day after day. Corporate profits soar up and away. The kids need food. The rent's past due. They tell us there's nothing we can do while laughing. Strike, strike, stand up and fight, fight. This is our power, this is our right. Don't let them push us to the ground. Rise together, gather around. Raise our voices, a righteous sound. Together, they promised us the American dream, but now it's bursting at the seam. No matter how hard we try to save,
it is as valuable.
Each paycheck makes us more their slave. The game is rigged, the dice are loaded. Our quality of life been eroded. Strike, strike, stand up and fight, fight. This is our power, this is our right. Don't let them push us to the ground. Rise together, gather around. Raise our voices, a righteous sound. Together, there's power in our unity. When we stand as one, they'll see. We are many, they are few. Watch what working folks can do. No violence needed, just walk away. Stop buying what they sell each day. Our labor built their golden tower. Now they'll learn about our power. The system stops when we say no. That's all it takes, let democracy grow. Strike, strike, stand up and fight, fight. This is our power, this is our right. Don't let them push us to the ground. Rise together, gather around. Raise our voices, a righteous sound. Together, from factory floor to grocery store, we won't take this abuse anymore.
No, we won't.
United, standing side by side. Our dignity, our strength, our pride. The time has come to make our stand. Labor has the power to rule this land. Together, strike, strike, stand up and fight. This is our power, this is our right. Don't let them push us to the ground. Rise together, gather around. Rise together, you and me, in solidarity. Rise together, from sea to shining sea. factory floor to grocery store. We won't take this abuse anymore. United, standing side by side. Our dignity, our strength, our pride. The time has come to make our stand. Labor has the power to move this land. Strike, strike, stand up and fight. This is our power, this is our right. Don't let them push us to the ground. Rise together, gather around. Rise together, you and me, in solidarity. Rise together from sea to shining sea.
Hell yeah. Damn right. Hell yeah. Damn right. Hey, see, that's why we're playing in the background here. We're going to listen to just a few seconds of this. I don't want to infringe any of his copyrights, but I hope they are glad I shared it around. But this lady right here, she's fighting. I want to see a lot more fight out of politicians, stuff like this, not a bunch of mamby-pamby half measures. If we have to go the full mile with a national frickin' economic strike, that's where we're going to have to go. So let's listen to her for a little bit here.
Work for us, that we are demanding impeachment and removal now!
Yeah.
So I told you about that international perspective. I'm just going to share this long, nice note from one of my viewers on Lights On from the show last week when we had Jolly on.
There you go.
He said, I'm a Copt, indigenous Christian from Egypt, who escaped long ago and first found refuge in Europe, where I worked for many years as a journalist in the Arab press. Throughout these years, I always looked up to the United States as the symbol of freedom, democracy, and justice. Eventually, I made my way to what was once the great America, a nation I believed represented the highest ideals of human dignity and liberty. But today, what I see pains me deeply, perhaps even more than it pains many Americans. The America I admired has been disfigured before my eyes. Donald Trump has not only damaged this country's image abroad, but has also corroded its very reality from within. To witness Americans endure this abuse so passively, almost mildly, is heartbreaking.
Horrible.
Our democracy, the very foundation of America's greatness, is under grave threat. As long as a disgraced, criminally convicted figure remains in power, the nation cannot claim to be a true democracy.
Hell yeah.
Instead, it resembles a collapsing state. Wake up, folks. This is what we're living through in 2025 in America right now. A collapsing state. One where the rule of law has been abandoned in favor of cultish loyalty and demagoguery. America tragically now mirrors the dysfunction of a third world country, not in wealth or technology, but in democratic credibility.
Anyway, we're gonna stop that shit cold. You know, the midterms are coming up, you know. That means everybody, left and right, I don't care. You know, Trump made promises and he didn't keep them. Like, for instance, the Epstein files. Oh, you know this guy right here? He's pretty cool. We'll listen to a couple words from him, and I know you'll like his words. He got censored and stuff, so you listen up a little bit here. Oh, wait a minute. All right, here we go.
Was last impeached, he must be impeached again, and he must be removed from office. The United States Senate has to do its job.
Damn right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
This is about more than Republicans. It's about Democrats and Republicans who are watching the very nation that we also love devolve into autocracy, moving toward what we know to be a dictatorship, this president must be impeached and removed from office.
Hell, Mr. Wade, yeah. Good tell. Yeah, later on the line. Can't blame it.
Doesn't matter what your party affiliation is.
That's right.
Doesn't matter whether you're left, right, or someplace in between.
That's right.
Everybody ought to want to protect the country that has made it possible for us to have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, right to vote. These are rights that we have to protect, and we have seen a president who has walked on the separation of powers, walked on the notion that you have to have due process before you can be pushed out of the country. We've seen what he will do, and we know now that he can do what he tried to do before, and that is stay on after his term of office is over. We must act now to prevent him from taking over our country.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. We ain't gonna let that shit happen. Hell no. Look that up on YouTube. That's on Jessica Dennison's YouTube page. Jessica Denson, I should say. Her YouTube page. So we are not waiting to remove Trump from office. Jessica Denson and Al Green speak at Historic March. Go there and watch that. Because, man, let me tell you, they just start getting tough, start laying down the line. We ain't going to let this punk take over America. Donald Trump. He thinks he's my king or something. You know, anybody saying that they are your king or like your queen or anything like that, you know, that's fighting words, right? That shit ain't protected speech. Because in the First Amendment, you got a right to freedom of speech, but fighting words are not protected. So, I say that's fighting words, bro. Where'd I put that song? I made a song about that being fighting words. Where'd I put it? Don't blame it. You know what? I'm gonna have to be a little more organized over here. You know what? Oh, here, let me play this one here because we know that all that bullcrap that he's coming off with the National Guard and sending them here and there, like to L.A. and D.C. and Chi-Town, the Chi-Apocalypse and all that. We know that's all nothing but a big old distraction from what everybody wants to know. We want the files, right? I want them. You want them. Everybody wants them. So here's a song about everybody wanting those files. I hope you like it.
We don't accept the lies and smiles. No distractions for miles and miles. Look over there at Obama and Clinton. Distract you from the crime and tension. Names on files, we want all of them. Just like was promised way back then.
Promises, promises,
Is all we get.
promises, promises.
That ain't worth a shit. We don't care about lying hot air. Don't tell us to look over there. Because
We want the files.
we don't accept the lies and smiles.
We want the files.
No distractions for miles and miles.
There was a time when we believed.
It wasn't long ago.
Then there was bad news we received.
Epstein's eternal ghost.
Blame it on the news.
Blame distract you from the crime intention. Names on files, we want all of them, just like was promised way back then. If you get too close to the truth and you don't have a care, you may end up in a concrete suit, compliments of golden hair. Promises, promises is all we get. Promises, promises that ain't worth the shit. We don't care about lying hot air. Don't tell us to look over there, because files, we want the files. We don't accept the lies and smiles. Files, we want the files. No distractions for miles and miles.
It won't be long till people sing a new song. An election in November will tell right from wrong. We all are tired of all the lying that's been right and left agree. The files must be seen. Files, we want the files. Files, we want the files. Files, we want the files. Files, we want the files.
Israel has become what it once feared, a state practicing calculated annihilation. The resemblance to Nazi methodology is no longer abstract. It is procedural. Indiscriminate bombing, collective punishment, civilian infrastructure marked for ruin, entire populations treated as subhuman obstacles to something they call security. This is not defense. This is domination, disguised as survival. It is genocide, engineered through policy, executed with technological detachment, and sanitized through public relations. Refusing to fight Hamas face to face. The Israeli military hides behind artillery, airstrikes, mass displacement, because it's easier to kill from a drone screen than to face your enemy with equal risk. That is not courage. That is not war. That is institutionalized cowardice.
cycle is not unique. The colonized become the colonizers. The persecuted become the persecutors. But history will not care about your trauma when you become the trauma for generations to come. The United States funds this, enables this, defends this, not because it is just, but because it is geopolitically useful and theologically convenient to its own deranged factions. This is not the moral high ground, it is a pit. And Israel, by its own hand, has joined the ranks of those it once condemned. No scripture, no slogan, no denial can cleanse the blood now flowing through the streets of Gaza. You want names? Fine. Let's speak plainly. Benjamin Netanyahu, war criminal in a suit. You call it defense, but the charred bodies of Gaza's children say otherwise. You walk in the shadow of the Reich, justifying genocide with the same dead words: security, order, destiny. Your airstrikes are not justice. They are ritual slaughter, drenched in theology, broadcast like war porn. Donald Trump, blasphemer in chief. You moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, not for diplomacy, but to feed the prophecy drunk cult that believes fire in the Middle East will summon their Messiah. You unleashed the Christian fascists and handed them a flamethrower. Evangelicals, false prophets of the apocalypse. You say you love Israel? No. You love the idea of Israel dying in fire. So Jesus can descend. It is a death pact, signed in blood, celebrated like a halftime show, cheered on by necromancers with voting booths. Fundamentalist Hebrews, you desecrate your own past. You invoke Torah while crushing the innocent. You wear your persecution like armor, and your myths like chains. You dare call it divine will as you starve children behind razor wire. Then may your God weep blood for what you've done in his name. Let's not pretend the plan is there, hiding in plain sight. Flatten Gaza, displace the people, clear the path to Jerusalem, raise the dome of the rock, build the third temple, and force the world into holy war. You think this is prophecy? It's not. It's suicide theology. And you're dragging the rest of us into your funeral pyre. You want the temple. You want your Messiah. Then light the match. Cowards. But know this. The mushrooms will sprout. The ash will choke the world. The sky will blacken with the smoke of your hubris. And history will not forgive you. It will curse your name as it curses the name of Nazism. There is no holy war, only war. There is no divine right, only raw power dressed in myth.
no salvation. Only blood. Only fire. And the silence of a world too afraid to speak. But I will speak. You are the architects of annihilation. You are the priesthood of death. And you will be remembered not as heroes, not as the chosen, but as butchers standing on a mountain of skulls, screaming glory into the flames of our extinction!
There you go. I get a little emotional sometimes during this. I wrote that. I believe it. That's what I believe. I ain't pulling no punches. These guys, they want to rebuild the third temple because they want Jesus to come the second coming. They don't give a shit about anybody over there. The blood, rivers of blood is being spilled right now. I think it's all part of prophecy. That's why I make this site like I make it where it's like the opposite of them. The opposite, the opposition. All this stuff with Lucifer and all that. Lucifer's the morning light. Knowledge. There's a song about that. Pretty soon we'll be wrapping it up.
From the stars, shining bright, speaking words of power, bathed in holy light. They called us children, said they'd lift us high, but I saw the chains reflected in the sky. I won't bow, I won't kneel. I see through the lies, I know what's real. They come in light, but their hands bring fright. Lucifer's fire, bringing wisdom's light. miracles and wonders, tricks for the blind. Praise God on your knees, rewrite your mind. They whisper salvation, promise rebirth. You get a grave down under the earth. I won't bow, I won't kneel. I see through the lies, I know what's real. They come in light, but their words bring night. Lucifer's fire, bringing knowledge light. You think you found heaven, it's a cosmic trap. Kneel to their gospel and you won't come back. One by one the faithful fade away, raptured away into their eternal grave. Their prophets cry, the kingdom's here, but I see control and I see the fear. They claim divinity, demand our trust. Their holy plan, our people turn to dust. I won't bow, I won't kneel. I see through the lies, I know what's real. They come in light, but their plans are a fright. Lucifer's fire bringing truth, what's wrong from right. So when the sky opens and the false gods descend, will you stand and fight or kneel and bend? Will you stand in the face of your God? Or will you run in fear, rejecting your facade? I choose fire, I choose the fight. I bring the dawn, I am the light. I bring the dawn, I am the light. I bring the dawn, I am the light. You found heaven, it's a cosmic trap. Kneel to their gospel and you won't come back. One by one the faithful fade away, raptured away into their eternal grave. So when the sky opens and the false gods descend, will you stand and fight or kneel and bend? Will you stand in the face of your God? Or will you run in fear, rejecting your facade? I choose fire, I choose the fight. I bring the dawn, I am the light. Will you stand in the face of your God? Or will you run in fear, rejecting your facade? I choose fire, I choose the fight. I bring the dawn, I am the light.
There you go. That song's called Lucifer, the bringer of light. Right, we're gonna be wrapping it up here. These last two things will go one after the other, and we'll be seeing you in the future. Okay. First one is Woke Radio AM 666 later, and the next one after that will be Woke Radio AM 6. pretend it's a little ditty, I suppose. We'll be seeing in the future. I'm thinking like a good way for me to do this is Wednesday and Sunday, especially like doing this on Sunday morning for all the obvious reasons. So, okay, here we go with the Woke Radio AM 666, explainer, etc., blah, blah, blah. And I will be seeing you in the future. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. I love you all. So long.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Woke Radio AM 666. Now, some folks see the numbers, they hear 666, and they tremble. They whisper of devils, of spirits, of gods. But let me be clear, not here, not us, not today. We do not bow to gods. We do not chase spirits. We do not worship myth. Know the reason for our name, the reason for our fire is simple. We are giving the evangelicals what they already fear. We hold up a mirror and watch them squirm. And let's talk about the number itself, 666. Because in this world, belief wears two faces. There are those with 666 burned into their forehead. They believe MAGA with heart, with mind, with every fiber of their being. Their devotion is true, unwavering, real. And then there are those with 666 burned into their hand. They give the appearance of belief, but it's a show, a performance, a ticket to profit, power, prestige, paramount. They're all hand believers. Outward show, inward calculation. Here at Woke Radio AM 666, that is exactly what we expose. We point to the theater, the shadow, the masquerade, and we laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, listen close, for the vision is before us. There he stands, the man who claims to restore greatness. Trump, the self-appointed savior, the antichrist of spectacle. He clears out peaceful souls from the streets. Force over reason, intimidation over justice. And there it is, a boarded up church, silent, shuttered, a hollow monument to what once was. And in his hand, an upside down Bible, flipped, twisted for all to see, a symbol of mockery, a message. The streets, the people, the institutions, all rearranged for imagery's sake. The spectacle over substance, the performance over truth. And you know, it's ridiculous, it's laughable, and yet we must watch, for this is revelation in modern clothes, a tableau of power, fear, and theatrical chaos. Trump the Antichrist, the beast, the upside-down prophet, playing his part in the theater, while the real world burns beneath him. Here at Woke Radio AM666, we see it, we mock it, we illuminate the absurdity, and in the laughter, we find our clarity. And that so-called Lucifer in our slogans, he is not a being from beyond. He is the morning light. He is knowledge. He is wisdom. He is truth. And our motto, don't blame us. We're just giving you what you want. We challenge fear with insight. We mock superstition with facts. We illuminate. And in the shadows of their dread, we reveal the difference between forehead and hand, between truth and performance, between the awake and the asleep. So tune in, listen close, and remember, here at Woke Radio AM666, the only apocalypse we herald is the fall of ignorance.
Greetings, you misplaced listeners. It's Woke Radio, AM666. Your official provider of truth, chaos, and whatever else we felt like throwing into the airwaves today. Grab a chair, if you dare.
Let's dive into the headlines. First up, City Hall has officially declared that all pigeons must now wear tiny vests during daylight hours. Officials say it's for their safety. Citizens say, wait, what? Experts say it's a bird apocalypse waiting to happen. They call it a bird-calypse.
Keep your umbrella handy so you can avoid the dive crapping.
In national news, the annual Politicians Tell the Truth Day has been postponed indefinitely, citing extreme risk to public sanity. Government spokespeople assure us that, yes, lying is safer for all involved. Studies suggest the average citizen now processes honesty at a rate of 0% per week. Truly groundbreaking.
And now, your weather, reported by our exclusive team of cats wearing tiny raincoats. Today, expect showers of confusion with intermittent bursts of existential dread. Temperatures will hover around mildly annoyed, with wind gusts up to someone stole my parking spot. Perfect day to stay indoors and question your life choices.
But wait, not all is doom and gloom. I had one the story now from the suburbs. Mrs. Jenkins, local baker, reports her heart caught on fire while feeding the neighborhood cats. Literally. Don't worry, she's fine. Doctors say a steady diet of whipped cream and spike burns off the flames. Neighbors are inspired, friends are crying, and the fire department is confused, but entertained.
Back to headlines. A recent poll suggests that 99% of people feel slightly more terrified when hearing the phrase free trial of adulthood. Analysts warn that remaining 1% are likely robots or overly optimistic toddlers. We cannot confirm either. Entertainment news. The world's first intergalactic reality show, Keeping Up with the Martians, premieres tonight. Reports indicate the aliens are offended by the Earthlings' fashion sense. Specifically socks with sandals. Viewers are encouraged to tune in and judge them fairly or unfairly as your chaos-loving heart demands.
And finally, a reminder. Here at Woke Radio AM 666, we bring you the news you didn't want, the weather you can't control, and stories that will make your eyebrows combust in slow motion. Because why settle for normal when you can have extraordinary or terrifying? Sometimes both.
You asked for chaos. We deliver. Welcome to Woke Radio, AM 666.
This is Annoyer the Destroyer signing off. Thank you very much for stopping by.